are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sportsport. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sportsport here on a thirsty Thursday. Barnes, Tony, Danny once again.
That's right, baby.
The misery of New York baseball continues, but it's not bringing us down here on a Thursday.
Not today, Brian.
Not today.
On Brian's birthday, dude. Let's hear it for Brian. A big happy birthday.
Thank you.
Absolutely, dude.
Thank
Come on.
you.
The people love it. The comments, the crowd, the fans, dude. Let's go.
Love it. No
The box
place,
of donuts, dude.
Yes, and thank you guys. Very kind of you. But no place I'd rather be. And sharing all of this with you guys, honestly.
That's
and
nice
it's and I love the early start, especially just because there's stuff to discuss.
Mm-hmm.
There's stuff to vent about. Obviously. It's just it's crazy too, because I feel like we talk about this every year. But you never see it coming, and I don't think you were there yet, because I don't think it was on this show.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was on like a Discord or something, and like Kev was actually getting excited with me, but it was with. And I know you're not gonna really find this funny, because like obviously now here we are, it happened, but it's like the Mets are doing really well or whatever, and I was like, I'm just looking out for you, Kev. Like usually, like you're playing well like this. Usually around the corner, you're losing 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm just looking out. He's like, no, you're not looking out, bro. And I literally said that, I want to say right before or right at. It might even have been like right before or right at the tailgate. And then here
really?
we are.
Here we
it
are.
happens, but right. Doesn't this happen every year? And obviously, it looks different every year. But that surprise, like terrible stretch out of nowhere, you never know when it's going to end, and it always gives you the same anxiety.
Yeah, no, absolutely does. And obviously, I know for the Yankees, we talked about it yesterday, that it does happen often in June. But it is surprising. I didn't really expect it, I guess, for the Mets. Even though, like you said, it did kind of feel like, like how long is this sort of going to last sort of deal. But still, normally the Mets are getting off to a terrible start, or they're like blowing it in September. So it's for me, it is a little bit of a newer feeling, I guess, right now, going through it a little bit, especially after, not for nothing, like doing so well the first part of the season. Like I've never really seen that before from the Mets. So it definitely is a little different for me, but like you said, it is that like overlying just level of just like, when is it going to end?
Right. And I love, having, people that can relate, because there's just not many. And I probably even mentioned this yesterday, but just because I feel like there's a lot of people that like just don't get it, that just don't like follow baseball that much or whatever, and like just think it like I said, like it's funny, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's funny, like, and they just don't understand. It's like it's a big deal, and especially just when you don't understand why it's happening, how the players are letting it happen, and especially for me, because I thought starting the first game of this Angels series that it was going to change. And here we are on the precipice of possibly being 4 games swept by them, if we don't win this afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just crazy, how that's happened. But the good thing is, just like you don't see the bad stretch coming, you don't see the good stretch coming either. So that's obviously what we got to hope for right now.
Yeah, no, and it will come. It is kind of funny, I guess, that it is happening at the same time.
Yeah.
As the Mets too. The parallels, dude. Like, unbelievable, man. Fascinating stuff.
But like, do you feel like, obviously you've been, following the Mets for a while. You've seen a bunch of this stuff. Do you feel like as the years have gone on, that you're like better at handling it? Or do you feel,
yeah, absolutely. No, most definitely. And especially again, we've all seen the product the Mets have been put on the field for the past, let's say, quarter century. Obviously more than that, but for my lifetime anyway. And it's like, at one point or another, you almost expect the blow up. You expect missing out on the playoffs, within the last month or 6 weeks of the season because you were blowing it, So, yeah, it definitely, I guess I take it better now, or with stride, I guess you could say. But that doesn't necessarily make it easier, I guess.
No, that's the thing. Like, it's like, losing better. Like, there's such a thing. Same thing. Obviously, there's not. So, it's just tough. I mean, and is it the same thing? Not to keep going with like the parallels, but like where like you have something in your head as to like for the Mets side of this, like why it's happening.
I mean, for me personally, I mean, I think that it is because of the injuries of the pitching staff. That's kind of what I'm leaning on at this point. I mean, it just seems like that every other week, or whatever you want to say here, there is a pitcher going on the IL or just dealing with something. And I mean, not for nothing, I feel like that shows. I mean, I know there was obviously the shutout against the Tampa Bay Rays and the sweep there this past weekend. But like, lacking of offense, that is something that's going to happen. I mean, these are games that you're blowing 3 to 4 run leads. And that's because, the pitching staff is spread pretty thin. The Paul Blackburn start yesterday, trying to fit him in last Friday because, Senga's not going to be in the rotation. You have to rely on him more, trying to get to McGill more. And even he's out. The Minter, the bullpen, Drew Smith. I got a call here from Texas.
Maybe what's that guy? Who's David Burns?
David Burns, dude.
From Cedar Hills, Texas? Is that what it is?
No, it says Antioch, Texas or something. Good morning. You're on the Sportsport. What do you want to talk about?
My name is Landon. I'm a Yankees fan, and I just had to say a couple things about that loss last night. Obviously, we need to trade Anthony Volpe. If y'all don't agree, that's okay, but he's really been struggling at fielder, and if we can get a better deal, I would expect if Aaron Boone can absolutely trade him and get a better deal. I mean, Judge struggled too. We all struggled in offense, but Wiz Jazz and Bellinger done their part last night, but this losing effect is really having a big problem.
Yeah, no, I mean, I certainly agree with Volpe. Here we are, year 3, and, even if somebody at the end of the year isn't going to have, like, outstanding, pop off the page numbers, you want to see them, rise to the occasion. And when you think about Anthony Volpe, unfortunately, the only thing you think about is that grand slam in Game 4 of the World Series. Other than that, in 3 years, big moments, it seems like he's failed every time.
Yeah.
And it's tough. And, I think they're going to probably give him through the year. But the fact that he has 9 errors already, we're not even halfway through the season. And I feel like, I don't know if you noticed this, but I feel like he can't square up a fastball. He's late on every single fastball.
I totally agree there, Brian.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's infuriating to watch.
Appreciate the call, Landon. There we go, dude.
Was he saying something else?
Oh, was he? I don't know.
Was that something that was on your phone? I don't know. No, I don't know if you heard that. There was just some sound.
It could have been.
But great call from Landon.
Yeah, great call, dude.
Yeah.
The accent, kind of interesting. He's a Yankee fan.
Yeah, from Texas.
Seems
but Yankee fans are all over, honestly. They travel. I mean, that's why the Yankees have good attendance in all their road games. I mean, usually they're top in the league road attendance.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, I guess. But still, I mean, kind of surprising. You think of like Southern Yankee twang.
Well, but
or
also
Texas twang, I should say.
But you could start here, move there, and pick up the twang.
You think it sounded like he was born and raised in Texas. I don't know, man.
But also, it could be like born and raised in Texas, but like his father was born in New York.
Could be.
What were you gonna say?
I said, yeah, his parents. I mean, there are also Yankees hats all over Portugal.
Yeah.
Italy.
Yeah, I bet, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's cool. It's cool,
It is, though. It is. It's gold. I've always said anything with the Yankee symbol on it is gold.
I feel like it's like really cheap because like mass-produced stuff. I don't know.
No, but it's not about
I get what you're
the
saying.
actual stuff. It's the logo. And that ain't cheap, let me tell you. But yeah, I mean, there's so much to talk about here. But there's like a bunch of comments if you want to start.
Yeah,
there.
dude. Like, let's get to the comments. Absolutely here early and often. Matthew Gabriel with the let's go. He says, "Come on now, having a tough time." But he says, "Happy birthday, brother Brian."
Appreciate you, bro.
All the birthday
Pumped for
wishes
tomorrow.
flowing in. Michael Thiefel, happy born day. The goat Brian
Michael.
Barnaby, dude.
Thank you, bro.
Buckta, happy birthday, Brian.
Michael, thank you.
Still boasting. Late night contact. Ernie, 12:49 a.m. Did you get a midnight birthday text from him?
You know, I didn't.
Wow.
But I think the priority here, it's not my birthday. It's not the Yankees 6-game losing streak. It's that Michael can contact Ernie at the wee hours of the night.
Yes, that's priority. Jay Bird, happy birthday, Barnes. Buckta, wishing you happy birthday again. Josh B, happy birthday, Barnes. What up, fam? Josh B,
Thanks,
the
guys.
donuts, dude. The fat
donuts.
stack of donuts there. What's the one you had before we started the show?
I just had a vanilla frosted, but there's
Vanilla frosted.
Bavarian that Renee seems like she's riled for.
No, yeah, she is riled. And your favorite is the glazed? Or is it
the
like
glaze that's not here?
the glaze that's not here?
No, I'm just kidding. So over the years, honestly, I've always been glaze. I guess you could say is one of them, but Boston cream, which
The
is
Boston
here,
cream.
is up there. I would say.
Yeah, love that, dude. Love anything that's cream filled. Speaking of Boston here, Roxy says, "Go Red Sox." I don't know
about that.
With
I don't
the
know about
Patriots
that.
logo in there.
I don't know.
Tough,
I don't know
dude.
about that. I don't know.
Nathan Green says, "Hey, Downtime TV rocks. I love you all. Thanks for tuning in, Nathan. It's been a while."
Yes, good to hear from Nathan.
Buckta wants to know where Michael Theophil is. He's on the road, dude. He says David Burns is the guy from Talking Heads. That's right, but there's multiple Burns. Josh B loved the call-ins. Let's freaking go. Jay Bird. Yankee fans really be anywhere nowadays. And then Josh B says it's sad that MLB player can't hit a fastball. We were saying that yesterday. Absolutely. Ernie with the year and the happy year day, Barnes.
Yeah, thank you guys.
It's kind of cool seeing people spell out Barnes. Like some people put the E in the end. Some people don't put the E in the end.
And I don't know if you noticed this. I think most people do the E, and it's for whatever reason I never did. I don't know. I don't know if it was as simple as, well, in my name there's no E,
Right.
and then like you think about like a barn, there's no E, so that's why. But then there's Matthew Barnes.
Yeah, Matt Barnes, like the
but
name
he played
Barnes.
for the Red Sox, but he went to UConn. So
Scotty Barnes, though. We had Scotty Barnes.
But there's an E there, so I think that's kind of why.
Yeah,
that's
I
kinda
can
why.
see that. And we do have Landon, the Texas man himself, coming in. Interesting. The Panthers logo. He says, "Hello, it's Landon, the one that called in." He says, "Yes, I live by Houston, Texas. My dad, mom live in Texas, so that's why y'all got my accent, dude. And a great one it was."
And it's crazy, you know. I mean, apparently we have accents. No, I know everybody has an accent from where they go, but it just, I don't know. It's kind of weird to think about.
It is weird. I will say, when my uncle was living in Omaha, Nebraska, my family and I flew out, saw him, neighbors coming over to the house to hear us talk. Can't believe it. People from New York. Oh, can you speak? It's crazy. Thank you, Renee. And it was kind of odd. Like, what am I, like behind glass here? And like I'm in some type of zoo. In any case, I'd love to hear how and why you're a Yankee fan as well, and why not the Mets, dude. Buckta says, "Ernie, dude. Nelson here. Happy birthday, Barnes." Buckta still hyped. Ernie, dude. 12:49 a.m.
Wait, what was the time again?
12:49.
He'll probably remind us in a second.
a.m., dude. Probably.
But yeah, thank you, Nelson.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
I don't know if you saw Buckta on the gaming corner last night. Michael was telling me that Buckta was saying how Ernie is top priority, favorite person out of any of us, dude. Like,
Well, I think you know what it is. I think Ernie is you know how like people say, "Oh, you're bad with the phone." Ernie is the antithesis of that. And
Ernie's great with the phone, dude.
That's why Michael prioritizes him.
No, yeah, Ernie. I mean, Ernie's on top of everything. You know, he's
But I feel like Michael too has to appreciate like the early morning contact that we have on this show. That should be sufficient, Michael.
yes.
And we don't want him to overlook that.
No. But it seems like he is a little bit, dude.
I think he is.
I'm a little
I
disappointed
think he
in it.
is because it's
Yeah.
like, Michael, we're talking every day. Like we don't need to talk at midnight. Just like that doesn't change anything. Come on. And what are these last two comments?
Yeah. Looks like Jay Bird. Am I clown? Do I amuse you?
Don't understand that.
He's quoting Goodfellas because I was saying how like the accents in Nebraska. I felt like
I think though the funniest thing from Goodfellas is I think it's Goodfellas. Oh, I'm funny?
that's what he's saying. That's the quote.
No, but the quote is
There's
how
no
the
clown
fuck am I
part.
funny?
Yeah, how am I funny?
Yeah, I'm saying that it would be the quote.
Yeah,
not
that would be the
call it
quote. Yeah,
Because
no,
me
you're
and
right.
Matt have been talking about that quote for a long time.
I mean, come on, dude. And then looks like Ernie throwing some shade here. Connecticut accent sounds like a high credit score and a pair of boat shoes. LMAO. I can confidently say I've never seen Brian wear boat shoes.
I have in the past, but not in a while. Sneakers are more comfortable.
Sneakers are way more comfortable, dude. And then Landon here, Yankees fan since 2020, actually. Always been a Panthers fan since 2011 when Cam Newton came, and I got into basketball in 2017. Timberwolves fan, hockey. He's a Coyotes fan, but now they're obviously not the Coyotes. That's got to be tough.
Interesting mix.
Very
like
interesting
a Michael
mix.
Domack type of mix.
I would say so. I mean, definitely sporadic.
At least they're not
and all over
rivals,
the place. Yeah, I was gonna say those are not rivals.
Rival cities.
And I guess other than really the Yankees, but even so, Yankees 2020, it's not like you're hopping on a train necessarily. So I like that. Very nice job there. And then Nelson here says, I know it is out of topic, but what are you doing for your birthday, if you don't mind me asking?
Golf and dinner.
And where's this new place you were saying?
So it's Cafe Sylvium. I haven't been there, but it's like been there for a while, and it's in the Chapin area of Stanford. It seems like that would be something that you'd find funny.
The Chapin?
Yeah, right next to Cummings Park. No, because that's something that you would get all like.
Well, it's kind of a weird name.
But I mean, that's the name.
That's the name, I guess, dude. What are we getting? Like, what's the menu? Do you look ahead?
I've
or?
looked it up.
Italian?
Yes, it is Italian, and supposedly the bruschetta is really good.
Okay, I like
which
that.
I'm raw for. And then I saw in there, I'm always a sucker for like the cavatelli broccoli robin sausage, so that will probably be what I get.
Really?
We'll see.
You
We'll
change
see.
it up, dude?
Yeah.
Maybe you get the veal.
Yeah, could do that.
Could do that, dude. And then Matthew Gabriel saying Barnes, that's Pesci, that's it, Barnes. Yes. Josh B wants to know how old Landon is. Turning 17, July 17th. Happy early birthday. Less than a month. I'm also a July baby, if anyone wants to know. Also would have guessed you were maybe 50 with that accent, dude.
Yeah, honestly, that really threw me off. That really threw me off.
And then Ernie's saying, and the strippers. Oh, I guess for your birthday. Says, I got something rolled for your birthday next week, Sir Barnaby.
It's not the bachelor party, Ernie. I mean, let's not get carried away, all right?
And then Landon, 2 Aaron Judge jerseys for me. Favorite player, and Giancarlo Stanton is one of my faves as well. Are there names on the back of these jerseys, though? That would be the next question. But how do you like that, dude? Judge, favorite player. So, come on.
Yeah, I mean that's what it's all about, and it's good to, and I'm sure Landon gets this, but I just feel like I talk to a lot of Yankee fans and they just, which like it's a thing, but I don't know, just because like the career isn't complete, there's so many chances ahead, and I feel like this is gonna be the year. But he doesn't bring up the whole Judge postseason. He's not gonna do it. Me and Josh were talking about that yesterday, and it's like I think him and JD are kind of on the same page, where they just like they're just saying like until they see it, that they're not gonna believe it. But I don't know. And we actually did say we're gonna do a bet for a round of golf. We have to just have parameters on like OPS or something for this postseason about who's gonna be right about this. Because I told him I know he's gonna crush it. I know there's no way Aaron Judge is having one of the postseasons
in the postseason
he had the last couple of years.
Yeah. Specifically postseason stats you're talking.
Yes.
For the bet, for the golf.
Yes, for this year.
Yeah,
but then also we want to do a long-term one, and I was saying let's do like Pebble Beach for like, whether he has like, big postseasons, whatever. So there's some stuff to work out there.
Yeah, of course, dude. The parameters, like you said, dude. Landon says yes, Judge, jersey, name. That's fine, dude. Ernie says, Brian, instead of our argument from yesterday, is Jazz mediocre?
So
Had a dinger
I
last
did
night.
see that. And he did have a dinger, and he actually has been hitting well since he came off the injured list. So what I actually was gonna comment there. I forgot to answer though in the group chat. So I think Jazz is an all-star talent, but he has mediocre discipline, and that's what he needs to work on. And it's not just plate discipline, focus. Maybe Ernie rolled up something for him the other day.
Probably.
I don't know. Just priorities. So I think if Jazz could, kind of sharpen up on a couple of things, he could be a lot better player. But obviously, it's just like Judge with the postseason, right? You want to see it right now.
Yeah.
So that's what we have to see.
But hey, I mean, Jazz for the month of June so far looks like 51 plate appearances, 2 doubles, 3 dingers, 8 ribbies, batting .326.
Yeah.
So, like you said, back from injury, pretty solid.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then Landon Knack saying, I guess the strippers getting riled him up.
Wait,
dude.
Landon Knack?
Landon Knack. Oh my God, Landon Holder, dude, not Landon Knack. What was baseball talk, dude? I'm also known to rizz up the girls, dude. So there we go, Ernie. Get the strippers, dude. Roll him something. Landon wants to invite his best friends here too. Yeah, I mean, definitely.
Invite everybody. All are welcome.
Bring the family, bring the parents, dude. Matthew Gabriel, Jazz, too busy in the parking lot. He's been nasty, though, since coming back. Solid average. Yes, we just saw it. Thank you, Matthew. J. Bird, Brian, what did Nick Castellanos say?
This is like a Kev Do subliminal. I don't know what he means.
I don't know what he means. Like,
Nick Castellanos was benched a game because he was taken out of Sunday's game by Rob Thompson, and he said something to him. Inappropriate or that crossed the line.
Oh, to Rob Thompson.
Yeah, so
Okay.
Rob Thompson sat him a game.
really? I wonder what he said.
And one of the things I was thinking about with Jazz that I was talking about with JD yesterday, is I just want him at second base. You know?
Oh,
I mean,
100%.
I think he can be a Gold Glove second baseman, and then at third base he's like barely above average.
If you're not going to play DJ in the lineup, why are you not putting Jazz at second, Peraza at third?
Yes. And like I said, I'm open to McMahon. I was against it, Ernie, but definitely open to McMahon. I want that third base spot filled.
Oh, okay. All
And
right.
apology from Castellanos.
It looks like this is a statement. I don't know. I mean, this Twitter account, who knows what it is, but it seemed like that's a quote from Castellanos. Supposedly, he said that, Robert Thompson made a call I didn't like. I spoke my mind. But obviously the apology. But I'd like to know what he said, dude.
I don't know.
I mean, obviously, yeah. What do you think, dude? I mean, I don't know.
Tom Brenneman said it. Kind of a parallel. Castellanos was at bat.
That was,
right?
yeah, no, honestly,
Right?
dude.
Full circle. Full circle.
Dude. But still, I would think Robbie Thompson, I mean, he's not, like.
You say he's not wearing them shorts?
Yeah. Well, I would think he just doesn't really care about those sorts of things. I don't know, dude.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's so funny, dude. Wow, this guy tweeted Tom Brenneman after seeing Nick Castellanos made an inappropriate comment.
And I also see Matt, saying he's been nasty though since coming back, solid average, which I agree with. And then Jimmy Butka, good to have him here. He says Volpe sucks.
He's tight.
Which, we'll talk about that, Jimmy, but I couldn't agree more.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
It looks like we have Landon Holder's friend Milky saying he's a friend of Landon Holder. I'm a Miami Marlins fan. My name is Milky.
Wow, dude.
A Miami Dolphin fans too. And then Matthew, the Shouts.
The Shouts, dude. The Miami, dude.
Yeah.
Or, again, my jammy.
And then Volpe, man, golly. So we will talk about that. And actually, what I wanted to just do quickly was take a look, because I haven't got to see any coverage, anything.
I've been watching it right here, dude.
But just who our leader is. A stone's throw from here, within an hour from here, TPC River Highlands, Davis Riley, 3 under par through 4. He has a 2-shot lead over
Riley.
Harry Hall, Nick Taylor, and Joel Highsmith. So obviously very early on here. Tom Kim, who lost in the playoff to Scotty last year, even through 3. And then Minwoo Lee even through 2. Mackenzie Hughes +1. So a lot of guys still to golf. And it's interesting. I was thinking more golfers had gotten underway, but I'm thinking back to the old days when the Travelers Championship was not an elevated event, but given the smaller field, that's why we only have a few golfers on the course so far. And then Matthew saying, Milky Cabrera, have your donuts. And then Ernie saying, give me Cashman's job. We win by 28.
There we go.
And then BB says, who's saying? I'm going to ask his friend Landon. Hey, welcome to the party. All right.
Yeah.
Tony looking a little facetious over there. But I mean, we were talking about that yesterday too. It's like, and I know I always talk about this periodically, and I forgot if I asked you this, Danny, but what do you like? My take is like, I think Cashman really is not that good of a GM at all. Like, what are your thoughts?
I think when he's really trying to build a competitive roster, he's good at it. But I think for the past 10 years, it's been a mix of him and Hal being like, we don't want to spend all the money. We don't have to. So they're like, we have good enough players that can carry us to the postseason because they think the postseason is a crapshoot. And when you have that mentality, you build teams like the 21, 22, and 23 teams where if it wasn't for Judge, nothing was happening.
Right. Right. No, I mean, I agree. And I just think my biggest thing, take away bad free agent signings, DJ LeMahieu's contract, Aaron Hicks's contract. But it's just like, do they not have probably, I would say, track record drafting, bottom 3 in the whole league?
Yeah. And it's also like, why are you prospects you can't bet on? So passing on the number of shortstops they did because Volpe was this otherworldly prospect. And now Corey Seager is with Texas. Trey Turner's with the Phillies. Trevor Story just bashed against us for the Red Sox. It's like you passed on all these different guys because you said you had the savior where we had to watch IKF play shortstop, a position he can't play.
Yeah. No, I agree. I just think, and I think it comes back to, and again, we were talking about this, is just that the bottom line in terms of dollars and cents is a priority and not winning. And it's like, you know what I mean? It's not winning the World Series. It's like last year, oh, well, we had the 3 home games in the World Series, so we're good. And that sucks. And it's just like, you still can make a lot more money though if you actually win with all the merch and all that stuff. So, and again, it's just like you'd like to think that they care somewhat about winning, but it just doesn't give you that impression. And it's just like, to me, Hal is just a nervous Nelly. And I guess he's just worried that if he did move on from Cashman and have a completely new front office, that he doesn't have that security. Okay, we know he's going to make the playoffs every year or be in the conversation, that the bottom could fall out. But it's like, is this really better? And it's not to say that we can't win it all this year, but I know, and somewhere you would think Brian Cashman knows that this roster could be so much better and you could spend maybe even less money than you already are.
Oh, 100%.
Regardless of outcome this year, would you still advocate for getting rid of Cashman? Is that still?
Yeah, because I want to be a leader in player development. I know we talked about
back to the player development, dude.
Yesterday, but we're not anywhere close. It's embarrassing. Why are not more people talking about this? And then some people justify with it, oh, you're picking near the end of the first round. Oh, so there's guys that aren't picked in the second round, the third round, the fourth round, the fifth round, the 10th round, the 12th round that don't end up panning out for other teams. That doesn't happen. Am I missing something?
No, you're not missing anything. But what about, I don't know. I mean, do you put stock into people? Remember what Mad Dog said when we interviewed him at his show at Bar A? I mean, he does believe Cashman is a great GM, and he does take a lot of slack.
You don't think at that time he was still doing high heat, and he obviously saw his radio show, that he just wants him available for interviews?
I don't know, dude.
He's a smart guy.
I mean, yeah, but Russo talks his mind. I mean, I don't know, man.
But come on, you can see him going, oh, Cashman. He's horrible. I can't
maybe not that, but at least something a little bit more than maybe they should look around somewhere else. Maybe they should shop a new GM in that role. Not to bash him necessarily, but I don't know. I mean, it seems like that a lot of people are still on Cashman's side. I don't know,
but why?
That's what I'm asking you.
Yeah, well, no, I think it's just because we know that we're gonna
make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's it. Consistency is key, but it's that's not who the Yankees are, and how the front office is so in ownership is so tone deaf. Hal getting booed, a few years ago, when he came out for Jeter's ceremony, it's I don't know. It just that the mindset is still the same. We're not going to go above and beyond. And seeing a stretch like this, I know everyone gets tired of if George were here, we know he would have been fired 8-9 times, Aaron Boone, by now.
Yeah. And the people that are okay with Cashman still being here are the people that don't watch 130 plus games the Yankees play and see all the errors and things that it's this doesn't change. This hasn't changed in years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's just like Tony. But yeah, I mean, obviously, Tony, something's up there. I smell a rat. Okay, just like Cashman. But honestly, though, I mean, I know I've asked you this question probably 100 times, but I mean, what do you think? Am I over exaggerating here, or do you agree with me?
I don't know. I mean, it's tough. Listen, I mean, obviously Cashman has made, some bonehead moves, the bargain bin hunting, like kind of like even what Danny was saying. I mean, there are players out there you could have gotten, obviously, but I don't know. I mean, I do recall a time where people were asking for Volpe to be brought up and to play more, I mean,
but is that not, I mean, until the last 3 years, I mean, that was the start of it.
Yeah.
Basically, Volpe, Wells, Dominguez, the past, sure, throw Judge in there, I guess Glaber. So that's 5 guys in 20 years that you've committed to.
Oh, yeah.
Came up in your system to start.
No, yeah, I agree with that. I mean, if you want to go to the overall, like, not developing players, like, not smart scouting and stuff like that, absolutely. But I'm just thinking, like, right now, like, roster moves that Cashman has made, I mean, they've been good these past few seasons, no?
I think the problem is there's definitely been some pretty big whiffs. I mean, I know this is a while ago, but like I just said, LeMahieu's contract.
Right, now that was a whiff.
Trading for Frankie Montas. Dying to get rid of Gary Sanchez that you take on Josh Donaldson.
Right.
And then also, I mean, I know Goldschmidt's worked out, pretty good as the bots continue here. But it's just like when you signed Anthony Rizzo, you could have gotten Matt Olson or Freddie Freeman. And how different would everything be right now if we had Freddie Freeman instead of the Dodgers?
Yeah, no, I mean, you're totally right. I think Rick and Dave, or Dan and Dave were talking, or Dan and Rick, excuse me, were talking about that this morning. Or even to go back to shopping Bryce Harper. I mean, Harper, who wanted to be a Yankee.
Yep.
I mean,
Not even call him.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, there's been overlooks for sure. I guess you could say enough where Cashman could be, looked at to be fired and replaced. But it's tough. I mean, do you think it's going to take missing the playoffs for him to be replaced? No?
It has to be like losing like 120 games, right?
Oh, really?
Other
Like
than
that bad?
I
Like
mean,
colossal
until Cashman
failure?
wants to leave, Hal's not getting rid of him.
I think because they just missed the playoffs 2 years ago, I think there's a chance if they miss it this year, but I think with how many games are up and with how mid the Central and the bad teams in the West are,
Yeah.
like for them to miss the playoffs would be crazy. So it would definitely take some excruciating circumstances for Hal to be like, yeah, he's gone. It's also like I'm partly on Hal because Hal wants to run it more as a business.
And he just has no backbone. He really doesn't. That's why, he hides from the media. He doesn't make a lot of public appearances.
That's right.
I always talk about how he's at the tracks in Tampa.
You met him, though, once.
No, I didn't. Cashman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Cashman
right,
twice.
Cashman
actually.
twice.
In Boone. Yeah, I always tell this story, Danny, but I don't think you were here for this. But so it was right in the beginning of the 2023 season. There was a meet and greet, like we got extra access, but they did a talk with like Center Sports at the Ridgefield Playhouse with Boone and Cashman. So I, shook their hands, took a picture, got an autograph. And then on the way out, I said, let's win the World Series. And Cashman goes, music to my ears. And then we proceeded to win the least amount of games in 30 years. So glad he kept his word, Right?
Yeah, no, I guess so. I mean, maybe it was you, dude.
Yeah, it was my fault. It's my fault.
You want to get to some of these comments, dude?
Not the bots, but I see Bernie. Thank you, Bernie. He wants me to have some coffee martinis, so appreciate that.
Coffee martinis, dude.
Can't wait to see him again at the Beach Rush.
Absolutely. Josh B, I think referring to Judge, not in the playoffs, though. I think that's what we were talking about.
Yeah, no. That's why we're having the wager, Josh. I'm sure you heard me talk about that before, but excited for that. Definitely. Also, I was saying too. Actually, no. Do the comments first.
Donut.
We'll get back to that.
Yeah.
Not the bots.
Not
the prefer bots. Prefer. You got us.
I mean, unless Landon here is just a very eclectic group of friends.
No, it's somebody
Nah.
that, like, this is hilarious,
yes,
right?
dude.
Like, just read the real comments.
Nah, because the girl that has the same last name and roots for completely different teams.
Yeah, no, thank you, dude. There we go. Though we got John Pollock in here. Says go Tigers! Can't wait for 2 games today. Little said we won't get Scooble versus Skeens, but oh well, dude.
Yeah.
And
Good
then
luck. And that's it. That's
really
it. Yeah, we're not
dude.
reading bots.
Jay Bird's a friend of Landon.
Yeah, because these are before. This is what he does so that we could read his comments. Because I told him I'm not reading his comments till he does a stream here at FaceTime.
I don't know if he. I don't know. I don't even know what to think, dude. Landon. I mean, I don't know what happened.
And then before says, "What are we talking about?
But we're not bots, dude. This is Hank Jr. He's a Raiders fan, by the way. Go Las Vegas Raiders.
And then Pollock saying that's crazy. It definitely is. One thing I was going to say, and I guess we haven't necessarily talked about this before, but just what I was saying to Josh too, I think one thing is that why it's taken so long, like we haven't seen Judge have the crazy postseason. I mean, obviously at the end of the day, it is on him, but I was telling him, I think if there had been 1 year up to this point where the lineup in the playoffs was hot, that because all that pressure would have been lifted off, that he's got guys in front of him, behind him, doing stuff, that he would have already had that postseason. And I think that's the biggest thing, that it's like, oh, we're down to run in the 9th. We need Judge to homer, otherwise we're fucked. Like,
Yeah, that's entirely what it is since 2020. That's what it was against the Red Sox. When he sees no one else doing anything, he expands his zone, trying to force something to happen.
Right. No, absolutely. Wow, Pollock, a little call out here. Tony, what happened to the Mets? It's like he's been talking to Matthew Ryan.
I guess so, dude. I mean, I guess it's a fine question. I mean, listen, obviously been going through it. I said it before.
Yeah.
The pitching staff spread thin, the injuries. It's tough, dude, when you're trotting out Blackburn out there, and obviously the lack of offense. And last night, I mean, it really was all just Chris Sale, I guess, is really what you can just chalk it up to. I mean, Chris Sale was dialed, almost pitched the whole game, dude.
I thought he was having a bad year.
Well, he had his ERA going in yesterday was like a 4.6, I think, right?
No, it's
No?
2.9.
2.9, dude.
You probably were confusing it with somebody else.
Yeah, maybe, dude. But in any case, I mean, we'll see.
I mean, he's a good pitcher.
Yeah, he's a great pitcher. Could be on the IL starting tomorrow, but we'll see, dude.
A little facetious there.
I don't know, dude. I'm not making any threats.
Oh, Jesus. But yeah, let's, because I mean, this has been a pretty long intro here. Let's go to the world of Major League Baseball.
It's deep to left. It's 700. Albert Pujols.
Yeah, what a play! Stop it, Tony. Yep. And Alonso cracks one of the Mets win the ball game. Out of sight.
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Drove deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
Go see ya. Another opportunity to snap the losing streak, and they don't. So definitely an early birthday present last night as the Yankees lose 3-2. And it's just one of those things. Once again, I mean, it's crazy. I think honestly, Tony, the whole history of this show is the first time ever that I would say we've had like really more than one, really almost ever, where there's just no specific recap. It's just like we know what the deal is. We got 3 hits. We hit 2 home runs.
No recap.
Bellinger and Jazz went deep. And then, Yarbrough was fine. The bullpen was fine. But what was the problem? Anthony Volpe. And it's not just Anthony Volpe, but it is at the same time. Like, it's like, you can't just have 3 hits. That's not sustainable. That's not going to work.
Right.
Coming off 3 shutouts in a row to only have 3 hits is embarrassing. But for Volpe to make that error on the double play ball, in the 8th inning that would have got us out of the hill, doing his job, getting the ground ball we needed. No reason to boot it, and couldn't even get 1 out. Luckily we ended up getting out of it and had a chance. I don't think that's me, right?
Oh, it's this.
But and then he strikes out to end the game, also goes 0 for 4, and it's the same conversation we had at the top of the show. He can't hit a fastball.
What was? I didn't watch the game. Was he just trying to barehand that ball that was hit to him? What
they
was
kind
the
of
deal?
said it was like a weird hop. I don't know what you think, Danny, but I think he didn't like Like he kind of rushed fielding it and didn't like let the ball come to him, make sure he secured it.
Kind of didn't realize he had time.
He tried to block it with his body, then try to just get it in his hands, and then just whiffed on the throw to compound the issue.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get the play up for the people.
Yeah. Oh,
Sorry.
PTSD, Tony.
Oh,
The parallels.
the parallels, dude. Let's definitely mute this, dude. So here we go. All right, this is him. This is the on top here. Oh, okay.
I mean,
see.
right? I mean, embarrassing, Tony, or no?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, obviously, yes, tough hop. I mean, it was nice that he used his body, but again, I mean, you have a second.
I'm so glad he used his body. No, but
Well, I mean,
no,
like to
I'm
smother the
kidding,
ball,
but I'm just
like,
saying,
you know,
like
like-
it's like. But what I'm just getting at, Tony, is like it's just absolutely. But also, he was not looking down. No.
It looks like he was looking at second already, thinking.
And it's this. I mean, 9 errors at this point in the season. I mean, how could you say he's a good fielder? I mean,
And
he's on pace to have over 18 errors.
Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday, and also, I mean, oh man, look at that face now, panic. But it's interesting because I feel McNeil made a similar play yesterday, or mistake, I should say. Whereas I don't know, I feel like this ball bounces towards you. Like, aren't you taught to like rush the ball?
Yeah.
Instead, he's taking 2 steps backwards.
Yeah, letting it
continue to move.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I feel like that's the mistake right there. You know, he should have probably took a step up.
And then the
then obviously
throw.
the
Look
throw.
at this throw.
I mean, listen, at that point, you're so out of position. You're down on one knee, the sidearm.
But that was Alonso's throw home. Honestly.
Literally.
Yeah.
And then there's really no chance.
Since winning the Gold Glove, he's just gone significantly worse.
And then his hitting has gotten significantly worse because it's like I said this yesterday, but it's like at least his rookie year he had some power. Now he doesn't have power, but he still doesn't have average. And then he doesn't have clutch. And then he's making errors in the field. So wait, what is he doing? And then he's getting thrown out stealing too on top of it.
Yeah. And we have a few comments in regards here.
Bring back Vivas.
There we go, dudes. Matthew Gabriel, if you think about it, he lost the game, botched the play in the field, led to a run, then strikes out to actually end the game. Not good. Play Pat here. Also, he does that all the time. Big moment double plays. The kid sucks. He's done it like 3 or 4 times this season.
And do we know Play Pat?
Don't know Play Pat.
But
dude.
welcome
Play Pat.
to the show.
Play Pat. Play Pat.
Great to have you.
He says he lifts his head up at the last second. He does that shit every time.
He sucks. He honestly sucks. I can't believe how quick. I mean, just 2 weeks ago, I feel like I was kind of saying like,
literally,
he's fine.
Like,
He's better than we think.
Yeah, like the script has been flipped very significantly, very
no
quickly.
clutch gene.
And Pat does say poetic that he was the last out of the game too. It sucks, dude. It really does, dude. But I mean, are you gonna bench him?
Would I bench him?
Yeah.
I mean, I would option him to AAA and have Lombard starting tonight, but we know they're not going to do that.
No.
So, I mean, it doesn't matter what I would do. I mean, he's going to start every, probably 99% of the games the rest of the season? Short.
Yeah, probably. You think he fixes the error? You think he fixes the errors?
I think he fixes the errors early in the game, but late in the game, he's, right? I mean, are we going to be
Like
surprised
big
if this
moments,
happens
you're
again?
saying? Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I'm no longer surprised by the bad defensive plays.
Yeah.
And it was just like, before it was like, he was the only one in the infield that was making the smart defensive play.
Mm-hmm.
2 years ago, he would have rushed that ball and he would have made that play.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And you know what's just another thing, and I want to finish these comments, but I was just thinking about this too, what we were talking about Cashman. I think another problem I have is just being at a game. You look at the field and you think back to our 09 team, just that infield, with A-Rod, Teixeira, Jeter, and Cano. And to look on the field at the position players and feel like we have one surefire all-star, one star, and nothing else, and we're the Yankees, isn't that maybe the biggest indictment of the whole thing?
Mm-hmm.
100%. It's like, if you know that your farm system never produces quality prospects, trade them for known players that you know what you're going to get.
Yes, exactly. Now, it is that being said, I'm trying to think who it would be that would become available. But So if the player was good enough, like right now, like you would trade Lombard and Jones, or just Jones, or like where are you?
I would trade Jones at this point because he has so much hype. I would still like George Lombard's still so young that I think there's plenty of time and he's in AA, whereas Jones is 25, and yes, Judge was still in AA when he was 25. But if you look at every year of Jones's development, he changes his swing so often, like all the time. And it's like, if you're going to be a big leaguer, you have to have some consistency. So I think teams they like him. So if someone else wants to take him, and if they fix him and he's a star, okay. But if we need a better player next year because we miss out, we get Kyle Tucker and we have a logjam because we're going to play Dominguez, he's got to go and be that piece to bring someone better in.
Yeah. No, I agree. And it just would be, if Lombard, can work out, I mean, having a 20-year-old starter, having somebody who could be in your organization for 20 years, I mean, just the thought of that, be a franchise player, that's what we need.
Oh, yeah, dude.
But what do you, before we get to the comments, I mean, what do you think about that? Just that, like, there's just, for being the Yankees, there's just not enough stars on the team, on the offensive, or the position players. Like you could say Stanton is a star.
Stanton's a star, obviously. Yeah, still a star. Impact players.
No one else
doubt.
is even close to a star.
Yeah, I guess not. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if Goldschmidt gets back into it, he can be a star player.
I feel like that's the rare. Okay, Cashman, 1-year deal, older player. It's working,
right?
But other than that, come on. I mean, Bellinger is okay.
Bellinger right now is okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Jazz has problems.
Trent is a backup.
Yeah.
No one else really hasn't developed.
Yeah. We know about Wells.
We talked about the mediocre, discipline. So it's just, to me, it's just not good enough. Hopefully those guys step up, but that's just kind of my gripe. But what else we got here?
Yes, dude. Let's see.
Landon says about the message about his friend. So Landon, I'll just explain this. So if that's the case, that's great. We just get skeptical because there's this person that we don't know who they are that's been watching the show for 5 years, and they do all different names, accounts, voice scramblers. So
went to jail
apparently. So I would just get confused who's who. But if what you're saying is true, like welcome to the party. We love it. We appreciate the engagement.
Welcome to the party.
Facetious like yesterday.
No, come on. That's good. I like that. Yeah. Good luck with that, Ernie. Play Pat says, he's seen our clips on his feed. We're hilarious. Cheesesteak clipped had me dying. And I'm glad you brought that up, Pat. Have you had a cheesesteak since then, Brian?
No. Sam actually got one the other night.
Really? From where?
Remos.
Did you ever bite?
Not the other night, but a different time.
Okay.
It was pretty good.
It's good? Yeah? Pretty good? Like, you wouldn't recommend it?
I don't know. I guess from Remos, I want to get pasta or
the
pizza.
Options, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Yoki.
All right. And then Pat here says, I could be wrong, but I feel like Lombard has to put on some weight. It was like a straw man out there.
Yeah, and I think that'll come. I mean, he's young.
What's his weight at?
I mean, if I had to guess, probably 185.
Let's see. So he is 6'2", 190, dude. That is a thin boy. That's for sure.
Wow.
I mean, it does say that Anthony Volpe is only 197.
Yeah, but he's short. He's short. He's not 6'2".
He is shorter, but he's only 7 pounds heavier.
And he's not good.
He's not good. That's true. Matthew Gabriel, only untouchable prospect is Lombard. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Really?
Because we were saying we want him to have a chance to have a long career here, be our future. But I mean, you have a lot of other prospects, so that should be able to get you something substantial if you need to.
And especially everyone likes the pitchers that they all drafted last year. So that could always LaGrange, Ben Hess, that could always get us a reliever that you need in the postseason when you don't have, like, you used so many bullpen arms last night because they didn't get the 3 outs in their lane that they were used for.
Yeah. Absolutely. And then Landon in here says that he promises he's not lying to us about his friends.
Well, I believe Landon.
I believe Landon as well, dude. And speaking believing, Ernie signed the offer letter yesterday, dude.
Let's go. Congratulations to Ernie. And Tony, there's nothing I said. There's nothing I said that they can make fun of me for. So.
No, that was very nice. That was good. Well said, dude. And then, yeah, that's it, dude. Good for Ernie. Good for them. Good for the family, dude. Hopefully this doesn't change the late night contact availability, dude.
He said same schedule. Same
schedule as Max
Commission
Homa.
structure.
Just misses a birdie putt, by
What's
the way.
the leaderboard update? Do we have one? Or do you need to look at
I think it's still Riley in outright lead, dude. Last I
Okay.
checked, 'cause he just putted for par. And I can double check right now. Yes, dude. Still 3 under through 6. And then Nick Taylor, Highsmith, Tom Kim, Hall. Highsmith, I think, was donning a nice little bucket hat thingy, dude. The big brim classic. It does look a little cloudy over there in Cromwell, which I guess it is a little cloudy over here. But hey, man, I mean, it looks nice and cool. Probably, honestly, like optimal golf weather, I would think,
before it really heats up the next couple of days.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I think we have Harry Hall now in the tee box, who's also, I guess tied for second at 1 under here. Looks like this is a par 3, 233 yards, dude. He's sporting a little paperboy hat with the Adidas golf shoes. Love to see that. And this one kind of bleeds a little right. I don't know what this course with the hole looks like, but okay, just before the green. That green looks like a fucking desert, like just large green.
Yeah,
Huge
they do have big greens at TPC
Damn.
River. Excuse me.
So we got Jason Day putting
River
for
Highlands.
birdie here. 10% make percentage here, by the way, on the tour. He's starting right. It's coming back left, and he's half a cup to the left. Dude. Just up to the inside, dude, for Jason Day. He's going to stay at even now, probably putt for par. He'll probably make it, I would imagine. So, dude.
Yeah, Davis Riley still 3 under here.
That's right, dude.
Wyndham Clark's picked up a birdie to move to 1 under through 1.
Hey, now.
Mackenzie Hughes even. Day is even. And then Tony Finau with a bogey. Minwoo Lee with a bogey, as well as Christian Bezenhot, also +1 through 2. And like we said before, a slew of golfers to tee off. We'll keep you posted. So it's Anderson versus Rodon, 1 o'clock matinee at the stadium today. So hopefully they avoid the sweep. I mean, Stanton came into the locker room earlier this year and says we don't get swept at home. Obviously, they just got swept on the road. But you would think, right? I mean, that push would have to come to shove. Frustration would have to boil over. And common sense would prevail today. But
yes.
Who knows? I thought that the last 3 games.
That's true.
But maybe just some good juju, the birthday, they figure it out. Who really knows? But we'll talk more about that in the pick segment.
Yes,
but I
dude.
know the end is near of this shit. But obviously, I'm just tired of it, and I hope they turn it around. Left-handed starter, Goldschmidt, maybe 5 hits today. Who knows? Even if we'll have 5 hits as a team, what would you say though? Do we have 5 hits as a team?
Yes, I'd say so.
What do you think?
I think so. Yeah, they've been
come on.
getting hits, but it's just like
Yeah.
Well,
one
3
hit.
hits yesterday.
3 hits last night was
Yeah,
not
that
good,
was
dude.
the game where they don't hit is the game that they actually score runs. Like
Yeah.
Tuesday, they had like 6 hits, and they just they'll like get a runner on with no outs, and then
Yeah.
just pop out, fly out.
I mean, it's good. We know Stanton will be back in the lineup. Austin Wells will be golfing again in the lineup today, so that'll be good, right?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah. No, he has I bet with a lob wedge, he's probably real good.
He seems like he would be.
I mean, his
Right?
swing is for baseball. It's perfect for golf.
Danny was showing me his Instagram page where he rates burritos.
Yes, I did see that. What about K's Tendies? You must love that segment.
Actually, no, what's
You've
that?
never seen that?
No,
Yeah,
what-
I didn't tell him about
every
that one.
ballpark. Him and Meredith Marakitic started this thing where they just review all the chicken tenders at all the ballparks. I've seen them maybe talk about it in the air, but I've never actually watched the clips. But it just seems like something you would just have your tight about.
Oh, dude. Oh, who does you never seen it? So I guess all right, I'll have to look it up, dude.
I'll be at Sunday's game. I'm gonna try the Wells Favorito.
The Wells
Oh, there we
Favorito,
go.
dude.
There we
I mean,
go.
that's a cool
And I'll-
concept. But I will say he has to do a better job online. Like he just posts a photo and like with a large paragraph
Yeah.
caption. It's
Maybe
like,
I'll
dude,
talk
like,
to him at the game tomorrow.
Honestly, dude, you're New York Yankees. Like get like an intern to like manage your social media or something, dude.
Speaking of something, a couple more comments, and then Tony can get to his Mets an hour later, but he can get there. Nothing.
That's fine. I mean, there's not much of a recap for the Mets either, dude. But we do have, let's see, dude. Landon says it wasn't hot in this time of year. If it wasn't, he'd be fishing, dude.
Interesting.
Do you fish? You ever been fishing?
Like one time, so basically no.
So you have no lure?
No, because you know what it is? Like, if I was going to go fishing, I'd rather just go on a boat and go, like, tubing or, you know, what I mean, just go on a ride on the boat. I don't want to just sit. Especially you can sit. I mean, maybe there's no breeze. Like, it's hot. Like, what are we doing?
No, that's true. I guess that is true, dude.
I mean, you could do something better getting hammered because I know that's what everyone does when they go fishing, right?
Yes. I'm sure there's some guys that don't.
Yeah, I'm sure there's probably some losers, right?
Matthew Gabriel says, nice. Congrats to Ernie, dude. Love to see that. And then Play Pat here. Do you think the Savannah Bananas are good for baseball? Come on.
Wait,
hilarious. No. My cousin's 8 years old. He watches their TikToks. I feel like I failed him after getting him into Little League. So
wait, no, I was just going to say, you didn't do, there was no, because I haven't been on TikTok in a while, there was no, like, short of me talking about the bananas.
No,
right?
I posted
you posted one, yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait,
I can
me talking about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you could pull it up?
You want me to pull it up?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Even though I said it, I don't remember exactly what I said.
No, yes.
Was there a lot of interaction on it or no?
I actually haven't looked at that one specifically, but let's see. 73 likes, dude. 3 comments, dude.
Anybody tight in the comments?
Yeah.
Everybody's tight.
No, actually, it's just one guy who said we love the Bananas, and because of them, our sons want to see more games with other teams. And then some guy asked, do they have other games with other teams, though? And he says, yes, but I'll tell you, there's no other team that is going to make time out like the Bananas do. Their fans come first. I'm a diehard Red Sox fan, and I love going to their games with the Bananas and Texas Tailgaters. And the party animals treat my kids like their own. They take time to talk to them, sign things, dance with them, etc. It's an experience, not just a game. I will say I do personally know someone who's on the Tailgaters. Pitcher.
That's who they play?
Yeah, it's one of the teams in their league.
Tailgaters are a new team this year.
Brand
Gotcha.
new. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But
let's hear it. What do they say?
Let me just tell you.
I
am going to go with.
Almost reiterating what Ernie is saying here. I think the Bananas have brought more kids to baseball in the last 10 years than any single MLB player outside of Ohtani in Japan.
I would say the Yankees have brought more kids than the Bananas.
Come on, man. I will say MLB does a horrific job. Oh, I guess that's appealing to it comes after fan bases. I mean, they do a terrible job in doing that, dude. And no, I was gonna say like I remember being at MLB net pools the MLB have outside of games. Hold on.
I know there's some slander about baseball, the Bananas thing, but let me just tell you, I went to my first Yankee game, 1998. If I was brought at that time to a Savannah Bananas game, I would have never watched another baseball game again.
Almost reiterating what Ernie. So there you have it, dude.
Yeah. So I think Play Pat. I mean that answers the question. But yeah, that it is. The children, yes, good. But I don't have children. I'm not a child, so there's no interest in it for me. Also, I think I question too. Like I get because like some of it is like baseball, but obviously there's lots of it not. There's no pitchers on stilts, so I question how much correlation there is with like people liking Major League Baseball. Mm-hmm. So to me, it's more shtick, more a clown show, a Ferris, something like that.
A Ferris?
I don't know.
Like a Ferris wheel?
No. What the heck did I mean? A carnival. That's what I meant. I can't believe I said Ferris. But yeah, that's just my take. I no part of it. But.
Seems like he agrees with you. So true with the exclamation point. The Matthew Gabriel, the end is near, Bonds.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow, when we're there, it'll be batting practice. And then he says, Mr. Burrito.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to it.
I don't know, the burritos, dude. I don't know, man.
But what do you got, Tony? Obviously, shutout, not much.
Oh, yes, dude. Okay, yeah. So what was it? 5-0, I guess, was last night's score. Yes, it was, dude. And this was the game, dude.
This is a game.
This is a game.
Wanted to win.
This is a game
that we talked about, though. It's like, the Chris Sale matchup was the one we were looking at where it's like, okay, that's the game you could probably lose. Chris Sale pitching very well. Red Sox fans are tight. Probably not really, though. I'm sure they're probably still happy they got rid of him, to be honest, anyway. But in any case, like, you blew game one, okay? And then this was, like I said, this was it. This was the matchup they were like, okay, like, this is probably going to be a loss. This is exactly what it was. Chris Sale pitching out of his mind last night, dude. And I don't know what it was that was fooling. Obviously, his, dotting corners. He was pitching well. It's not necessarily that the batters sucked, that the Mets lineup sucked, but obviously they were getting fooled by Chris Sale. And I want to say it's that release that he has, dude. That kind of like half sidearm angle, and that thing just comes at a weird, sharp angle, especially when he starts throwing to the inside. Like, even watching it on the broadcast, I'm like, how the fuck? Like, I can't even see it, dude. So obviously that's a tough time. I mean, as a team, Mets get 5 hits, but obviously no runs. Chris Sale goes 8 2/3, dude. I think he gave up a hit to McNeil, I think, or Nimmo in the 9th. I forget who it was.
The 9th?
In the 9th, dude, with 2 outs, and they pulled him. Brought in Iglesias. Iglesias threw 1 pitch. The game was over, obviously, at that point. So, and of course, you know, Blackburn did exactly what people expected, honestly. I mean, he went out there 3 2/3, 3 earned runs. First pitch of the game for him, Acuna, dead center, home run. Like, just absolutely bombed it. Get the boys rolling, dude. And then, like, obviously that happened. And then for something in the bottom of the first, which is probably I want to say this is the first time I've ever seen this in my life. Turen's catcher. Bases were loaded, I think, at this point. Or runners on or first and second. In any case, it was. I think it was base. It doesn't matter. Because there's a hard hit ball that's not really a hard hit ball, but it was like a blooper that just literally went foul, I guess, right? And then Torrens gets up and uses his mask. Or it was a wild pitch, sorry. Wild pitch, they got away from him, bounced it off the chest, dribbled out. Nobody moved. Bases were loaded, but obviously because it was right in front of Torrens, nobody really did anything. But he went to grab the ball, and he took his mask off, and he used his mask to, like, stop the ball from rolling, and then picked it up with his hand. And I guess they called him technically on a balk.
That is a balk. That's a rule.
A catcher's balk.
Oh, that you can't.
That you can't use the mask.
There's another clip out there of someone doing it a few years because that's how I learned the rule.
Okay.
There's another clip of someone doing it.
But see, I don't know, dude. I think that's kind of bullshit.
I kind of no, but if you think about it, it's the same thing as like the throwing the glove up in the air in the outfield. How you can't do that. Michael.
Michael, what's up, dude?
Happy birthday.
Thank
Yeah.
Play ball.
Hell yeah.
Let's go, dude.
Thought you might want a beer to have in your
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you guys. This is so sick, dude. Because they've been doing the commercials for this forever, bro.
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
awesome, dude. Like, talk about
Bunting.
I just love the way that this is like manufactured. That it's actually a bat. Like, there's something about like a well finished like wood product. Honestly, don't you think so?
No, I totally agree,
This
dude.
is
Yeah, with
awesome, dude.
Stain,
Thank you guys
send
so
it down,
much.
smooth,
Hell
dude.
yeah, bro. Let's go, dude.
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
love
freaking
this,
sweet.
dude. Wow. This is sick.
I think you're supposed to pour it in, dude.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a cup.
But okay, and obviously it's meant for that, so it's not like it's gonna get.
I just was like, I didn't want you to be confused.
No,
I
you're
got you,
gonna
I
get
got you.
poisoned by the stain. That's in there.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you're
I thought-
having it. Let's go, dude.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go. You thought I was
dude.
gonna have it. There
Birthday
were bets,
party.
there were bets.
Oh, the Peroni, dude. There we
The
go.
cold Peroni,
Get
but-
riled.
dude. That
What?
is
Yeah, I'll take one.
awesome.
I mean, I might as well start drinking too, I guess.
Wow. Okay.
Never gonna stop.
I forgot what else that was really.
Oh, for the
Oh, we were
the
just talking about
Mets.
the
what were we
the
talking about?
interference. Seriously, yeah.
The balk. That was again wild thing, but run scores because of that. 2-0 early, and then obviously we know how the rest of the game went. Blackburn not great. Bullpen did all right. Adcock came in. That I want to say his first appearance since I want to say the beginning of March.
Wow.
Again, just to go to show the stretch to the bullpen and the pitching staff, we know he had a solo shot, Matt Olson, the 5-0, and you kind of thought maybe at that time, because again, the Mets were hitting a little bit, but obviously never really enough. Only once was there a runner in scoring position, and obviously they were 0 for 1 at that time, dude. So, I mean, you can see here in the box score, in the batting section, there's nothing. There's nothing there. There's no offense. It really was the night of Chris Sale. And Acuna, obviously, I'm pretty sure he's had like 7 homers
since he came back.
in like 20 games, I think. Maybe
He's
even
been
less
on a
than
heater.
that, dude. Been on an absolute heater. But this has been it, dude. Like this, like I talked about this. Like this is the time where the Braves go on their tear. It's like a 10-0 thing. And they're back in for the divisional conversation, by the way. Looks like in June here, 15 games, 5 homers, 8 ribbies, batting .404, dude. So clearly raking there for the Braves, which is great for them. It's tough, dude, obviously, because at this point, Philly's a game behind now. The Mets, thank you, dude.
Dude, it's a whole beer.
Yes,
Dude, this is so sick, though. Like,
have you seen the commercials for those?
Was that? I wasn't sure if that was like a Tony. Like,
No,
I've seen those commercials for those?
no, because I've seen.
Have you?
They're like,
I have not.
They show them on the Yes Network all the time.
oh, really?
Yeah.
I get them as like sponsored ads on Instagram and stuff all the time
Oh, okay.
because they do every team. You know,
So
not
this
just the
is sick.
Yankees.
No, it's just the Yankees.
Cheers. How about to the losing streaks ending?
Yes, dude.
Thank you, everybody.
Here, here.
Love you guys. Let's go. This is awesome, man. Can't wait to bring this home.
That
This
is
sick.
nice, dude.
But yeah. So like I said, to the losing streaks ending. Come on.
Absolutely, dude.
Come on.
You know, on to tonight, dude. Clay Holmes.
There you go.
Kind of feel good, especially Strider. Tick below a 5 ERA. We know about his woes, injuries, whatever. So I feel like that'd be one of the games, like offensive explosion. You
Yeah.
know? And Clay Holmes keeps it dialed.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
dude.
Jay
Bird knows it can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning.
We know Jay's
dude.
hammered by now.
Jay definitely started, dude, already. Absolutely. I know he's got plenty of beers at home, by the way. He always keeps the fridge stocked, dude. And he works from home. I mean, how do you not get hammered all the time?
You would really do that? Like if you had a corporate job?
I mean, it kind of depends. I mean, if I could do my job, like, well, then probably, I guess,
Wow.
right?
Have you looked into treatment facilities? Come on. You gotta have a good time. What else? Oh, Ernie says he wishes he could be there tomorrow for the game. We'll go to another game, Ernie. Don't you worry. And then what else have we got?
He says you can't use your equipment other than your glove to stop the ball.
Yes.
Um,
DFL, his daily dose of vitamin C.
There you go,
Josh
dude.
B, that's
fire.
Yeah. So that's what we got. Any better with the picks yesterday? Or
Oh
just-
my God! I actually did not check.
Wow.
Obviously,
We know.
Um,
I mean, 0-2 for the Yankees already.
0-2 for the Mets.
0-2 for
obviously.
the Mets. So off to a great start.
The Pirates and Tigers didn't play.
Okay, so I picked. The
Oh, shit, so you
Tigers.
had- yeah, you
I
picked the
only had
Tigers.
one game. What was the game?
You had Houston in the over. It looks like in the other game.
Did Houston
your
win?
third game? I don't know. I would think so, though, right? If I was a betting man, I would bet on Houston, and they did win. It did go the over, so you were 2-2.
Oh, 2. Right.
Well,
right.
yeah,
2-2
on the day with a makeup game today. I'll put that makeup. And then I had Phillies in the over. I don't think that hit. I think it went 1-1. Yes, dude. So that's fine, I guess. And then I had Cardinals and the over as well. And
That game also got postponed, I think.
Oh shit, it did, dude. So we both have makeup games.
Wow. Okay.
Dude, the parallels with us.
the fucking
dude.
parallels. All right.
Unbelievable. But I guess just real quick update. I went 1-3, and you went 2-2. So I guess technically you have the 1-game lead.
And you're batting leadoff, right?
I am batting leadoff. So
In another edition of the MLB 6-pack pick segment, Hearst Law Firm.
Yes.
The losing streaks over. The
Hearst
misery
Law Firm, the
over.
misery, dude. The beer.
The
okay.
beers.
Let's not get crazy here.
This is gonna. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I know I'm interrupting. I
No,
don't care.
don't interrupt.
This
No,
is
no.
gonna be a moment in history. You probably should clip this. We're gonna look back at this moment of the season and say, this is where this turnaround started. Barnes' birthday, the beer in the bat, the turning points of the season for the Subway Series.
The beer in the bat, dude. All right, so let's do it. We're going there. I said an offensive explosion here for your New York Mets, dude. The cookies, the pastries,
Oh, dude, thank you.
the desserts, dude.
From like a
Famous
dope, dude.
bakery.
I have that right now. Thank you.
Mamaroneck. I don't know what part of New York it's from. In any
Is
case,
this really from Mamaroneck?
no, it's
Is what?
it says it on the box.
Good. Thank you. I love this.
Dip it in the beer. You should dip the cookie
Yeah,
in the
dip it,
beer,
dude.
dude.
Dip it, right?
Dip it. All right, dude, let's go. The Mets. I'll tell you how they're going to win tonight, dude. I mentioned Clay Holmes towing the slab, dude. So far this season, absolutely dialed in, turning heads, surprising everybody, including myself, dude. 2.87 ERA, 7-3 on the season. A Chris Sale-like numbers here on the year. I say, I'm not going to say full game shot, nothing like that, but 7 innings, no earned runs. Probably make 103 pitch count, relatively efficient. We know he likes to pitch for contact. Okay, dude, Spencer Strider will be seeing a lot of contact off of him. He'll be heading his 6th loss of the year, especially after the poor words he said to the Mets organization. The Mets will be ending this 5-game losing streak. Homers all around. Jeff McNeil had a hit last night. I think it's a 20-game hit streak. Dinger for him. Okay, I'm going to replay the same shit I said the other day here. McNeil, 8th inning, go ahead, 2-run homer. Mets win. I'm going to say 7-4. It's going to be Mets and the over, buddy. Let's go.
All right. Yankee Stadium, matinee, 105. Tyler Anderson matched up against Carlos Rodon. I mean, we know the deal. Got to score to win. If you don't score, you can't win. I think we've had a lot of success against left-handed pitching. I would think Goldschmidt has a big game. Judge has been really in a funk. I mean, I would say he homers, honestly. Tyler Anderson, 88-mile-an-hour fastball, right down the middle, dead center, has to happen. Yerny knows it. I think Rodon jacked up tight the way the team's been playing, wants to put them on his back. 7 shutout innings, striking out 9. And I don't want to get too crazy here with the runs, so I'll say they win 4-0. Yankees in the under, misery over the Beers in the bats.
Beers in the bats, dude. Yankees and the under. Let's see, dude. Next game. Trevor Williams against the Rockies. I don't know. It seems enticing, but I'm not gonna go there, dude. I think I'm gonna go. Ooh, damn, dude. I mean, Michael Wacha, the Royals. I don't really like that. Nelson, D-backs. I mean, I guess where the Cards, dude. What happened? I guess why not? I'll go game 2 with the Cards, actually. Why not, dude? This is actually pretty interesting. The White Sox have this guy pitching for them tonight called Mike Vasil, dude. A guy that used to be in the development organization here of the Mets. Obviously traded here, which is pretty interesting. I guess I missed that. Pitching against the Mets in late May. 3 innings, no earned runs. He's had several opening starts, I guess you could say here. Some bullpen appearances as well. 1 save on the season, 1.99 ERA through about 45 innings pitched, which is pretty interesting because Mike Vasil was the guy they would not bring up last year. I say he gets fucking popped. Why not, dude? Cardinals take him. It gets ugly. 3 innings, 6 earned runs for Mike Vasil here tonight. The Cards, Contreras, Brendan Donovan, Arenado, obviously, as well. And I say they're going to blank the White Sox. Game 2, over under 7.5. I say Cards win. I'll say it's 6-1. Cards in the under.
All right, I'm going to run back what we missed yesterday. And I think you just ran back what you missed yesterday.
We're taking with game 2, so.
But I'm saying the matchup.
Yes.
Scubal Heaney going with the Tigers in the under again. Same thing I said yesterday. I think complete game shutout for Tarek Skubal. 12 Ks. Tigers win 4-0. Tigers in the under. Same scores in game, same under.
And the under.
The parallel with Glaber. The Beers in the bats.
The Beers in the bats, dude. There's going to be Beers in the bats. Game 2 of that game, actually, I think, of the doubleheader. Why not, dude? I'll pick up where you're leading off here. Paul Skeens, you know the deal. The Pirates, it's Skeens, 1.78 ERA, but a 4-6 record, excuse me. Not great. And I'm pretty sure I did the old give me Tigers in the under the last time they faced each other, which I actually think Pirates ended up winning. Give me Pirates. Give me the under. They win game 2. I'll say 2-1, dude. Paul Skeens, 7 innings, scoreless. The 1 run given up by the bullpen. He gets 5th win of the year. Kind of crazy. Pirates in the under, though.
All right, and we can talk about parallels. Obviously, Glaber in Detroit getting the win. How about another old friend, Jameson Taillon for the Cubs has been sneaky good. A little bit of a rocky start, but I have him in one of my fantasy leagues. 7-3, 3-4-8. If we looked at the split stats, I'm sure the last month he's been money. The Cubs are winning his starts, and I think they're winning again against the Milwaukee Brewers here. You have a 220 start at Wrigley Field, and I'm going to say Taillon, 7 innings, 2 earned runs. He's not a big strikeout guy, so strikeout 6. And I think you're going to see Kyle Tucker hit a 4th inning grand slam, propelling the Cubs to a 6-3 victory. So Cubs and the over. And do we have makeup games?
We both have makeup games, actually. So we need 4, actually.
Yeah.
You said Cubs in the over?
Yeah.
I totally forgot, dude. Oh, man, it kind of threw me for a little bit of a whirl. I'm not going to lie, dude. But totally fine because the beers are in the bats, dude.
Exactly, dude.
Gavin Williams, Logan Webb, the Giants, the Guardians, dude. Giants gearing up for a big series against the Red Sox, dude. I don't know how Devers, what's a little research here, dude. Devers adapting, dude. Johnny Damon, dude. Horrible for everyone, that trade is what he said in quotes, dude. What do you know? 2 games already, a DH, 2 hits, a double. I think it's his first dinger tonight as a Giant. Why not, dude? And we're going to take the Giants in this game. Gavin Williams, who actually has been pretty solid for picking up here and there for my fantasy team. I think against Logan Webb, but no thank you. Gavin Williams, 5 innings, 3 earned runs, no quality start. Logan Webb, the opposite, 6 innings, no earned runs there by him. I say the Giants can win this one. I say that 3-run homer by Devers is the only scoring in the game. Giants 3, Guardians nothing. Give me Giants in the under my makeup game.
All right, my makeup game, going back to the well. I don't know if there's really any parallels here. I know there's some former Yankees on the A's, but losing to the Houston Astros again. Colton Gordon getting the start for Houston here. 2-1, 4.70, 30 innings pitched. Jacob Lopez, 1-4, 4.80, 30 innings pitched. As you can imagine, seems like an overgame 10.5. I'll go with that. And I think the Astros will hammer the A's. This ballpark, perfect for Houston in terms of their hitting. I think Isaac Paredes, 2 home runs. I'm going to say they put up a dozen, 12-4. Astros over, just like that. Over the 6-pack frenzy, Hirschlaw from all of that. Grid time.
Beers in the bats,
Beers
dude.
in the bats, yes.
Beers are in the bats. Grid time. No time, dude. Let's bring up the grid. Bring up the music again, too. Almost forgot again, dude. Looking at Devers. Doesn't really matter. We're going immaculate grid here. Yeah, baby.
Let's go.
Beer in the bats. Kind of don't let that here. That's fine, dude. All right, dude. We're locked. We're ready to go. Bang, dude. We got the grid up. 2 comments still on the way out. Josh B loves the bat beers. Derek Host is hi there, by the way.
Hi, Derek.
Hello, Derek. All right, dude. So
let's get popping.
Let's get popping. I think right fielder. We did Sal Frelick, I think, the last time for right fielder for Brewers.
Why not?
And I think that shouldn't be. I don't know. I think it was like 3%.
All right.
5% for
Good
Sal
enough,
Frelick, but good enough,
right?
dude.
Do we do Trot Nixon for the Red Sox, or do we do somebody else for
right field?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, we could try.
Ref Snyder.
I feel like Ref Snyder. I feel like that's a familiar name
Yeah,
recently.
do Ref Snyder.
So Rob Ref Snyder, bang, 1%, dude. For Brewers Pirates, we can do G-Man Choi.
On here, PlayPad asked what TCA stands for, and that would be the company Jace. You think we're good?
Yeah, we're back.
All right, let's get back to this.
Back to G-Man. Sorry.
What was that? I can't see it.
0.4, baby. Let's go. Stream looks all right. There's definitely a. Oh, all right, no, we're back to full quality,
We're
dude.
good. We're good.
Oh,
boy, this is
yeah,
one of those
dude.
days. I have to say, not my favorite looking grid. Hall of Famer right field. I mean, you know, Ichiro comes to mind, but did Mickey and Willie Mays, did they play a game in right field?
Mickey Mantle. Mickey Mantle. I would think Mantle did, right? At some
Did
point.
Yogi Berra ever get? I know he played some games in the outfield. Did he ever play in right?
I hate when they specifically do a right field or something. I don't know.
It's so annoying because you just need that one game. Go Mantle for the right field.
Taking a chance?
Yeah.
Yo, 5%, dude.
There we go.
Solid. We'll take it.
Go. Hall of Famer Guardians.
Oh, God, dude.
Obviously Sabathia comes to mind. Tommy comes to mind. I just don't. Larry Doby, is he in the Hall of Fame?
I don't know. Tatis Sr.?
I feel like Doby is in the Hall of Fame.
Roberto Alomar?
Go Doby.
Doby Moore?
No, Larry Doby.
Larry Doby.
Oh no, I thought you were actually right about the. Then we'd have to go back
We have
channels.
to go back channels. No, thank you, dude. 5%. Bang, dude.
Okay. Hall of Fame for Pittsburgh, Stargell, Clemente.
Clementi's probably top, obviously,
Yeah,
right?
I feel like that's always a yearning.
Definitely is a
Clemente.
yearning call there. I feel like for the Pirates, he loves the Pirates, dude.
Yeah.
We could do for Brewers, Guardians. You can do Donaldson.
Brewers, Guardians, Donaldson. Yeah.
Yeah. Sip my beer. Josh, I guess there's 3 separate Josh Donaldsons that played in the league.
2023.
Yes.
3%. Second, I thought it said 31.
That'd be kind of wild, dude. Get your eyes checked.
Boston, Cleveland.
Boston, Pittsburgh as well, dude.
Boston. I feel like. Oh well, Chapman, but is that too high?
For Boston, Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
I would think so, right?
Just because it's like he's
Jason
there
Day
now.
is fucking off the reservation right now, dude. Like, I don't know where.
Oh, but not
Oh.
Jason Day, but Jason Bay.
Jason Bay. How do you like that, dude?
That's gonna be probably too high, but whatever.
Oh!
My bad. It was your fault because you had to be watching Jason Day.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Hall of Famer. And then what? Boston, Cleveland.
Yeah, then Boston, Cleveland. My mother, did you start early today? Yes, we did. And then she wants to know the dates for our excursion. What is
Yes,
it?
the 26th.
A week from today, Mom.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
Yes.
Let's go.
The pool.
The pool, dude. Watch out. Don't drown.
Taking a nap in the deep end.
Damn, dude. I mean, do you want to just do
Stargell?
Right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's,
I
I
mean, it's
know,
gonna
it's
be a high
just-
score anyway. Boston, Cleveland. Manny, obviously, but just trying to think. Oh, did Carlos Santana play for Boston?
I don't
Or
think
Mike
so.
Napoli?
Mike Napoli. 2%. 62.
One of the highest we've had in a very,
I
very
know,
long time.
dude. Jason Bay was the highest. Damn, dude. I wonder what Chapman would have been. It's gonna be too far behind.
Yeah. So I
Yeah,
mean, at least we
that's
made
good.
it.
It's good.
We haven't had like a miss on a grid in a little bit.
Yeah, and that was a tough one, like you said, dude.
Now, wait, what time is the Mets game on?
Tonight, 7:00.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, given the state of affairs with the NBA Finals tonight, are you like no, because we were kind of talking about this the other day. I mean, you're not even flinching for the NBA Finals tonight.
No, not at all, dude. Like, I don't care if it's commercial. Like, it's SNY
not.
is staying on
The whole
dude.
time. You're watching the full 27.
The full
Jay
27,
on
dude.
speaker? Or?
Jay on FaceTime. Okay, dude.
How's he holding up? I haven't heard him like do any like comments. Like, is he struggling? The big Mets fan he is, or
I would say so.
or is it like,
I think the lack of conversation towards it is a little bit like.
But you don't think it's like he's getting turned off? Maybe you're losing him.
No,
as a fan?
no. Absolutely.
I'm just
not,
asking
dude.
the question.
Absolutely not. He's got the hat on still,
The
dude.
shades are on.
The shades are on, dude. Lurking. The shades are definitely on. Beers and the bats for him as well. So yeah, dude. But no, he's fine. Don't worry about him. All right.
The bats, though, yeah, like we said, the bats.
Oh, that's what I was pulling up. He texted me last night to watch. Like, he's like, dude, you should watch like this softball league or whatever. It was on at the bar he was at. The Ultimate or the Athletic Ultimate Softball League, dude.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, because like no one's heard of it, dude. All right, that's why.
He likes these like weird things.
He loves weird things, dude.
Yeah.
But hey, that's Jay. He's a weird guy. That's fine.
We love him.
We love him. Mets fan, near and dear.
Wait, Josh was talking about this yesterday. Is he going to the Beach Pass or no?
Jay Bird?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure he said he can't make it.
Oh, okay. Because Josh, I don't know, the way Josh was saying it, it sounded like he thought, like, I was like, I don't think he's going.
Well, we have an opportunity to hear from the horse's mouth right now, dude.
He's calling in.
So stand by. Hello, Jay. Oh, dude. All right,
Call
sorry,
dropped?
Jay. Stand by. No, call not dropped.
Okay.
Sometimes his Bluetooth just acts kind of like finicky. Which is fine, dude. You gotta reconnect, you disconnect, you reconnect, and then you have Jay live on the Sportsport, just like that, dude.
Can you hear me?
Yes, dude.
Jason,
we got you.
What do we got?
Well, dude, Brian, you have nothing to worry about, Brian. I am still here. I'm still a Mets fan. It's definitely a rough go at it.
But
you know, I'm used to it. And, you know, I feel like, you know, my transition into a Mets fandom from Jets fandom, you know, really helped out. You know?
yeah,
Seamless.
Yeah, you're prepared for disappointment.
Seamless.
Man, that's for sure. So the
Wait,
the
Brian, happy birthday, first of all.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And the news is true. You're unable to make it next Friday?
Yeah, next Friday I am taking this weekend's my brother's wedding, so I cannot take off time. If you guys are still around in the evening, I'll be down to hang out, but it sounds like you guys are getting out of here.
Yeah, I mean probably, but yeah, I mean we'll figure it out. Maybe we get you like, you know, on a call in at least or something, like
Yeah, that'd
in
be
the
cool.
bathroom or something. Right?
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Maybe
No, I'm
even
saying
like
get
a
away.
lunch
I don't
break.
know. Yeah, exactly. Whatever.
He's working from home, dude.
Oh, he's working from home. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I'll
you can
be-
call in.
I'm
You can call
working
in.
from home.
The
Yeah.
beers are in the bats.
I
All
could-
right.
I could drive down to Bar A, hang out for like 45 minutes, and then drive back to work.
How far are you?
20 minutes.
But I feel like you could kind of sneak in there, Jay. You know what I mean?
Dude,
I
listen.
might be able to.
I will
Maybe
say,
if I don't
Jay-
start talking about it.
Because
but-
Josh B
Dude.
says he thought you were going. Live comment.
And also, I mean, take it from us here, Jay. Surprisingly good Wi-Fi at Bar A.
Yes.
Like good enough to
Really?
put the show on. Like that's what we used last time. Is our Wi-Fi.
And Jay, you're
Yeah,
telling
dude.
me there's not like, oh, I'm sick. I'm sorry. I can't even open my eyes. Like, you can't pull something like that?
I could. They hate
Listen,
me anyway, so.
You tell
Good
your
luck,
boss
good
like
riddance.
you're working to get HelloFresh inside the door of Bar A. Okay,
Yes.
dude.
And then you could just
Yes,
come
I'm
and then
doing
Tony can
sales.
play the soundbite that you could get,
Have it, dude.
but he doesn't have the soundbite.
What?
Get what do you think though? Is this ground zero for both teams? Is this the turnaround? Do you believe in the beer and the bats theory?
You know, I certainly hope so, Brian. I certainly hope so.
Yeah.
Especially for Yankees fans, you know, they have such high hopes, you know. I just want them to be disappointed.
That's very nice of you to
and I
say.
feel like, you know, we've talked in comments. We really haven't talked like dialogue wise, and Tony's, you know, just like you know, kind of going back and forth. Yeah, I feel like you guys, your relationship almost reminds me of like Hal and Cashman, I guess you could say, or Cashman and Boone. Maybe Cashman and Boone, more Cashman and Boone. So is it true? Because Tony was telling me, like, I know, and you just kind of acknowledged like about being like a bigger Mets fan, but you truly like pre-Tony, what you never even talked to him before. We're a Mets fan from a young age.
No, that's not true at all. I was not a baseball fan.
I never said that.
I've found baseball in my later years of life.
But
And I'm really happy I did, dude.
No,
I'm really happy I did.
and I'm glad you did. But Tony, I think being a little
They saved me, Brian.
facetious.
No. What
tried
I
to-
said, no.
Okay,
no,
go
no.
ahead.
I said in undergrad when Jay and I met, like he didn't follow baseball, But he knew I was a Met fan, so he was kind of like always like, oh, all right.
But am I missing something? Did I not
think so.
say, like when we talked about this
What?
a couple weeks ago?
What do you
that
want me to say, Brian?
No. It's not even a shot. I'm just saying. I think I'm just saying Tony's being a little facetious right now because I definitely said the only reason that Jay is like, oh, go Mets, like fuck the Yankees is because of you, and I feel like you basically downplayed that.
No, I said that Jay would have been a Mets fan regardless.
Which is not true, right, Jay?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
He said yeah.
I would be if if I weren't to find baseball. I don't think I would be a Mets fan. I just wouldn't be a baseball fan. But now that I'm a Mets fan, I'm more of a baseball. fan.
But I'm saying like we're all friends here. I mean, it's basically because of Tony, one way or another. I mean, we can do the runaround, but it's
I
very
have
Tony.
a huge crush. I have a huge crush on Tony. I really want him to like me, and I want,
Oh
So-
man, that's funny. That's funny. But yeah, all right. So
is that what you wanted to hear? That's exactly what you
I
wanted.
did want to hear it. And what's your best score on the golf course the last couple of months?
Ooh, the other day I got my first par.
Let's
So
go,
not
dude.
good.
Oh, that's good though.
Not good, but I got my first par.
Terrible,
I think it was
terrible.
like maybe up 110. I thought it was really keeping
All right,
track.
but as long as the numbers are going down, that's the important part.
They are because at the beginning of the season it was 120.
Okay.
All
right.
So I'm two putting. I'm getting pars, so I'm happy with my golf game.
Awesome, man. But
Two
yeah,
button.
if you need me to write a doctor's note for next Friday, we'll do it. But I think one way or another, I think we're gonna get Jason Libertelli. I know I said Libertelli in the flesh.
What's the doctor's going to say? Beers in the bats?
Beers in the bats?
Beers
yep.
in the bats.
The
So
Mets and Yankees are on a run, and Jay needs to be here.
yeah,
that's
no,
right.
I'm making this declaration: both teams not losing leading up to the Beach Bash, and they will win past that. But I'm saying they're going undefeated until we do a bar A.
Absolutely. How about that?
Like that. I love that.
So,
I love that, Brian.
Yeah, law of averages. Let's go. All right. Sound like
All
a
right,
deal?
all right.
Yeah, dude, that's a great deal,
Yeah,
dude.
have a happy birthday, Brian, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
All
Sounds
right,
good,
thanks,
dude.
Jay.
Be safe. Congrats to Jared.
Yeah,
Peace out.
congrats to Jared. He
Thank
went
you.
to Jared. Did he go to Jared?
I hung up. I don't think he went to Jared. Although if I
Or
was
like Michael K did, he went
to K.
No,
Is it K?
No, I don't think it is.
Isn't
K Jeweler? No, it's not.
It's not K Julian.
Not Jared. Not K. No, it is Jared. I
it is
think.
Jared?
I think he
Jared
did,
is
yeah.
one of them.
No, I think I remember.
like
K
Michael
doing
K
that.
did.
Michael K did. He went to Jared.
Who does Rick read that?
I think so.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that one in a while though.
Yeah,
that read.
but it's just like one of those things you hear it like a couple
Yeah.
times, then it feels like you hear it all the time. Type
yeah,
of
no,
thing, so.
very true, dude. Well, yeah,
Um,
maybe there's too many divorces. They
Yeah,
have to
too many
get out of that,
divorces.
dude.
Peter Rosenberg, therapy, all that.
Oh my gosh.
So Thunder cutting down the Nets tonight, or
Yeah, I guess Halliburton's out, right?
no, I think he's gonna give it a
Question.
go.
We'll give it a go.
He's gonna try.
Dog was saying like just simply because the Pacers aren't going to lose 2 home games in a row that they force a game 7. It's like I don't think so. I don't
What,
think
what
that
kind?
matters.
What does that? Yeah, what does that mean? Like,
Well,
oh,
he's-
they're not going to win 2 in a row.
I mean,
you
he
know?
acknowledges he takes gummies, so I mean,
No,
that's
he
probably
does,
what it is.
dude. He
Probably
does.
what it is.
He does the half gummy. See how he feels, and takes the second half.
Yeah.
Wingfoot
Wingfoot East.
Wingfoot East.
Davis Rock is still in the lead. Front 9 complete. But yeah, we'll talk about that tomorrow. But I think that's it.
Are you going to be dialed into the NBA game at all?
No.
It's a shame, dude. It really is.
Yeah.
You know who was talking about that? I know you're going to hate it, but Dan Grasso was talking a lot about how like hasn't even.
But you know what's the difference with him?
Well,
It's just
the
because he would tell me it's just because he has his Knicks pajamas on. How about that, Dan? All right. It is though. I'm not kidding.
He didn't say he was going to the beach bash. I don't think he'll be there again.
Yeah, good. Very good. No, but honestly, this show today, birthday show, everything I could ask for. Appreciate all the interaction, all the happy birthdays, the beers and the bats, the donuts. Appreciate everybody.
Bunting.
Thank you all for tuning in and continuing to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jay, and costume merch, DowntimeTV.com. Want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games. Let's go Yankees.
Let's go Mets.
And we will see you
Mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.